When they show us that, they get accepted to the university and they start 2 orientation courses, one in English and one in computer science. They need to pass these 2 courses in order to continue with us. So we both verify their credentials, and we put them in 2 courses, which are orientation courses, which verify their standard, their level of English and their academic level. Yes?
Where do the majority of your students come from right now, and are there any from China?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, as I mentioned, we don't advertise, so we don't really know how people hear about us. But apparently something happened in China in the last 2 days, so we have 20 students from China registered in the last 48 hours. So we do have students from China, but they are evenly spread from all over the world. We have students from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, so yeah.
May I ask what congratulations, by the way, and what the composition of this body that's already interested in the university looks like, the gender balance, urban, rural, kind of their SES, if you have a rough idea of that.
You're talking about competition?
Of the group, that 200 students that are already interested in joining the
competition, the composition.
Right, right. The composition is, we have about, right now, it's, we have right now over 200 students, and we are going to close the first intake by 300. So I can talk about the first 200 students. I don't know how representative it will be for the long run. So in terms of countries, I mentioned it's spread all over the world. In terms of gender, we have about 55% male, 45% female. In terms of age, it's scattered. Most of the students is between 25 to 35. And about 55 are interested in business administration, 45 in computer science. So that's what we have for now. In a year from now, probably it would change somehow, but I don't know how. Yeah. Yes.
Just a couple of questions, but the quick question is that, are you getting students from the United States also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The program aims for third world students mainly. However, we don't discriminate. Anyone that wants to can sign up. First of all, because we are open to anyone and we don't discriminate. Second, we think that one of the great value of our program is students sitting together with students from all over the world. So if we have students from Africa, from one country, sitting with students from Asia and the US, I think that the combination would make it an extremely good experience for them. On the one hand, I think it will open their mind, and I think that if I go back and about the goal of the program, basically we want to help people to raise their standard of living. For that very reason, we offer, the first 2 degrees that we offer is computer science and business administration. These 2 programs are the best or the easiest to find a job on the one hand, and internationally on the other hand. When you study computer science, it's the same program if you study in the US, if you study in Africa, in Asia. But we do want them to study with us and have a better chance to find a job. When they find a job, they elevate their standard of living and their social status. We believe that if we do it for the students who study with us, we help them and we help their families. If we will have a lot of them, it will help their villages, their countries, and if we have very many of them, hopefully it will help the entire world and change the world. But in order to do that, we want to have students from all over the world on the one hand, and expose them to people from other countries. I think that if you sit in one classroom with students that are from a country that you dislike or have some conflict with, it would help you to open your mind and to be more open to other cultures. So I think it's one of the missions that we see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, You mentioned that students pay on a sliding scale per test. What is the sliding scale based on, and how many tests within a course are administered?
It goes according to the World Bank, and we just categorize the countries according to the standard of living of the different countries, and that's how we divide it. So it's not a perfect division, and obviously someone might come from a poor country but he's not very poor, but that's the best that we can do, because if we need to set up a process where we have to verify each student and his own capabilities and how much he can afford, I think that by definition it will cost more to everyone just because of the administration that we have to put. So we make it the best thing we can do with our limited resources, and that's taking the World Bank definition or the categorizing of the countries and use it.
How many tests are administered within one course?
How many?
Tests? If each student pays per test, how many tests are in a course? Out of curiosity.
Each course, in order to complete a program, you need to take 40 courses. Okay? It's like a regular American program. You need to take 40 courses. Each course, you have to take a test by the end of it. Actually, you have a quiz every week, but the quiz is more for the students to see that he mastered the material. But by the end of the course, he has to take a test in order to get a grade and to continue to the next course. Yes, please.